Okay, real quick. This story sounds fake, like genuinely fake. The second you hear CIA and mind control together, your brain checks out, right? Okay, here we go. Read it at 3 a.m., moving on. But here's the thing, this one was real. Not Hollywood real. I mean real in the boring, terrifying way. Real documents, real funding, real people, real experiments on human beings. And that's so much worse. Cold War. America and the Soviet Union staring each other down. Everyone's paranoid. There were stories about prisoners coming back different, confessing things, saying things that didn't sound like them. The fear had a word: brainwashing. But then someone in a very normal government office asked the follow-up question that changed everything. What if we learned how to do it first? That question became MKUltra, a real CIA program, officially launched in 1953. The goal? Figure out how the human mind works, then figure out how to break it. And it wasn't one lab. It was everywhere. Universities, hospitals, prisons, secret apartments, money moving through fake channels. The program wasn't hiding in bunkers. It was hiding inside ordinary life. They tested hypnosis, sleep deprivation, isolation, and then LSD. Back then, LSD could completely shatter your sense of reality. Time stops making sense. Thoughts twist into things you don't recognize. Your own mind becomes untrustworthy. To the CIA, that sounded useful. And here's where it gets actually disturbing. Some people knew they were part of experiments, but some people allegedly didn't. Imagine this. You're just living your life, normal night, and then something feels wrong. Not outside you, inside you. Your thoughts move differently. Time feels broken. You don't know if you're safe. And the worst part? Someone else knows exactly why. Because they caused it. And they're sitting somewhere taking notes. That's the real horror. Not mind control. That sounds too dramatic. It's a terrified person alone, not understanding their own mind, while someone treats that terror like data. Then there were the Safehouses. Not secret labs, not facilities with locks. Just normal apartments. Places you'd walk past and never think twice about. But inside, hidden observation points, one-way mirrors, people watching, taking notes. Because they didn't want clean lab reactions. They wanted to see what happened when people didn't know they were being observed, when they were confused, vulnerable, with their defenses completely down. That's not research. That's the study of control. Here's what actually gets to me, though. I don't think everyone involved thought of themselves as evil. Maybe they told themselves they were protecting the country. Maybe the Soviets were worse. Maybe they used clean language, research, security, behavioral testing. Those words make it easier to look away. Because behavioral testing sounds different from, we gave people drugs without consent and watched what happened to their minds. That's how terrible things happen. Not because someone says, I want to be monstrous, but because terrible things get given clean names. For years, it was locked away. Then in the 70s, journalists started pulling at it. Congress asked questions, and the public learned, yes, the CIA really did fund experiments on human beings. But here's the twist. A lot of the records were already destroyed. So we're left with the files that survived, which are already deeply disturbing, asking, what was in the ones they didn't want us to read? We know enough to be horrified. We just don't know everything. The real reason this matters today? The question never went away. How do you influence someone? How do you change what they believe? How do you push someone toward action without them feeling pushed? Today we talk about algorithms. Feeds designed to know exactly what keeps you anxious, angry, clicking at 2 a.m. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but the obsession is familiar. The human mind was always the prize. Because if you control what someone fears, believes, wants, you don't need chains. MKUltra is a reminder that powerful people do terrible things while sounding completely calm. That official language hides real damage. That fear justifies almost anything. And the most uncomfortable reminder? Some things sound impossible until the documents come out. So if this is what survived, what never did?